Everybody can tell you there's only one song worth singing. They may try and sell you, 'cause it hangs them up to see someone like you.
Hello and welcome to Tuesdays with Tiberius. I think this is week 4. I'm probably gonna stop counting soon because I am really losing count. And firstly, I'm going to tell you, for you guys feel loved right now, I am refraining from watching this. Do you see what this is? This is Tron Legacy. I have been waiting for about 3 months for this to come out on DVD. I'm refraining from watching it right now because of you guys, because I love you that much. Feel loved. Feel really loved. Because I have CGI that I could be fangirling over right now, and it's, yeah. Anyway, so, and, yeah. So, as you may have noticed, I'm quite excited about the fact that Tron Legacy came out today, and I'm going to use that as a really awkward segue. So, because today we're talking about disclosure or coming out. See, I'm so clever. How you should do it if it's necessary, So, I'm going to go on the when, if it's necessary first, because, you know, if it's not necessary, then don't do it. I would say, personally, that it isn't imperative. It can be a good idea, but it's not imperative. If you think that, you know, you would get really bad responses, then I would say probably a bad idea. You know, if it doesn't feel imperative, it feels like it would be unsafe or it would cause trauma of any sort. Bad idea. When it would be necessary, I would say, I hope I didn't just punch you in the face when I was removing that thread from my arm. I would say it would be necessary if you're in a romantic relationship and, you know, your significant other is constantly saying, you know, or making assumptions that, oh, you must be sexually attracted to me, otherwise you wouldn't be dating me. You know, that would probably be a good idea to be like, oh, by the way, yeah, no. Like, I personally like to inform friends of this sort of thing just because, I feel like if I don't tell them, then I'm withholding information from them that I feel like they should know. If you don't feel that your friends should know about it, then blarg. So yeah. And that brings us to how it should be done. It's probably a bad idea to do it through any text-based medium, like text messaging. The first time that I tried to come out to anyone was over text messaging. That was a really bad idea. Partially because I kind of wanted to bash my head against the other person's skull because they were being so thick about it. And partially because I know I would have been able to convey everything a lot better had I been speaking directly to them. Yeah. You know, unless you're able to, if you're not confined by a character limit, which is why, in my opinion, explaining something online that isn't on Twitter, explaining something online would actually be better if you have to do it text-based because you can't, you know, see the person face-to-face. Online, like in a comment thread, is actually my preferred method because then I can look over my explanation of myself, if that makes any sense. So I can make sure that I'm not making any horrible mistakes. So yeah, that's my personal favored method. You know, others are probably slightly better at conveying emotion through text messaging than I am. So, and of course I would, personally, instead of, having, awkward silence, awkward silence, awkward silence, awkward silence, by the way, I'm asexual, awkward silence, I would, wait until there's a conversation opportunity, an opportunity in a conversation to, to mention it, either offhandedly or, draw attention to it, however you feel like doing it. Really, I'd say just do it in whatever way seems most comfortable to you. Yeah. It seems good to me. I will warn you, there are people who will laugh. There are people who will, say that you're lying, that you're incorrect. Ignore them. Just ignore them. It's the best way of dealing with them. It's really hard, but just ignore them. They're not worth your time when they're laughing at you because of the way you identify. And really, I think that's about it. Tiberius, out. Also, awesome shirt, no? Yeah. You're jealous, I can tell. I can see you.